Hello guys, and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, thank you to my friends, thank you all for subscribing to my channel. So guys, you can see this beautiful pencil long gown with organza ruffles at the down with this cape sleeve. That's what I'm going to show you guys how to cut and sew today. So I use the crepe fabric of about 5 yards, and then I use organza of about 5 yards also, and then my lining was about 3 yards. Yeah, so let's get started. The first thing, I'm going to use this basic top. You can see this basic bodice. This is just like a half bodice block. That's what I want to use, but later I'm going to adapt it into a princess dart because that was what I actually used. So the first thing, I want to cut out the back piece first. So I just used it. In case you don't know how to cut a basic bodice, you can just go through my YouTube channel, you will see it. So I use this now. I've cut out the back piece. Okay, so now let's just get started. This is like where the tutorial is starting from. Gang. So the first thing, now I'll come to my armhole on that piece, on that basic bodice piece, and then I'll mark half of the armhole. I actually want to adapt this line to a princess dart. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel, like this video, I would appreciate that. So from that point now, I'm just marking, that's my armhole line, which is 9 inches. So I'll use that. That's my chest line. So I'm just trying to label them, my bust point line, my under bust, and then this is my half cut. Okay, or my waistline. So these are all of the lines. If you watch the video, you know how to do a basic body. So the next thing, I want to take my bust pan, which is from one nipple to another. So for this, I'm using about 5 inches. So I'll mark that 5 inches on that under bust line, and then I'll mark it on the bust line also. Okay, so you can see it, I'm marking it here also. So on the, well, I'll mark it on the waistline also, the same 5 inches. So you can see I'm just marking there, and then I'll connect it with a straight ruler. So what we are trying to do at this point, I'm trying to create a princess dart from this pattern, that's from this basic bodice pattern. So it's a simple process, so just watch it. So the next thing, we're going to connect that point to that armhole. Remember that half of that armhole point. So from that chest bust point, I'll come up by 1 inch and then go down by 1 inch. So what's the essence of that? It's just for me to be able to navigate my curve. So you can see from that half of my armhole, I use dotted lines. So just connect it with dotted lines first, and then see to make sure that what you are doing is okay. And then from this point, I'm taking out my dart. So my dart is about 2 inches. So I came in, you can see from that under bust, I came in by 2 inches. I'm still using dotted lines, mind you, because I want to see it, how it is forming first. So after that, it looks good. So now I'm going to use my curve to curve and mark everything into it. So you can see this is how simple it is to draft a basic body. So for the down part, I'm going to reduce my dart at that down part a little bit. So I'll use about 1 inch or 1.5, and then from that under bust dart, I will just connect it. I'll mark it down straight. Okay, so while I'm doing this, so while I'm doing this, you can see the shape. So you can see, that's all. That's how simple it is for a princess dart, in case you don't know how to do a princess dart. So for the neckline, I want a very high neckline. So the basic neckline width that from my pattern was 3.5. So I reduced it to 2.5, and then I came up, that's again by 1 inch. So at the end of the day, I'm now using 2.5 by 1 inch. So because, like I said, I want a high neckline, so that's what I am doing. The other neckline, the original neckline, is 3 by 3, which is like standard. So but I'm not using that. So now I've cut out my piece. You can see how beautiful this pattern is looking already. So the next thing, I'm going to transfer this to my fabric. So I'll cut out, so I'm cutting it on my lining piece first. Okay, and then after cutting it on my lining, before I will now transfer it into my main fabric. Okay, so after cutting all of this, I'm going to iron hairstay on my lining, and then iron hairstay on my fabric. So I just want them stable a little bit, so that's why I am doing this. Okay, so I'm cutting out everything, and then the next thing, so these are my lining. So now these are all of my pieces, my fabric and my lining, and then I've ironed all of my hair stay and gum stay, so you can see. So this is how I'm going to stitch it. So we'll go over to the machine and then I'll show you. So on the machine, this is the back one, so I'm just joining the back dart. So for the back dart, I just cut the dart, I cut it across. I used my normal basic bodice dart, that's basic waist dart, but I opened it to the top, so I'm just stitching it back. It's just to add beauty. I did not do that normal 5 inches dart, no. I ran it to the top of the shoulder. Okay, so you can see at the end of the day, this is how it will look like. And then I'm just trying to double check your measurement at this point, check your shoulder measurement, make sure everything is okay. So now for the front piece, now I took the center part and then I place it on the side. So I'm just stitching it around just the way I explained to you guys just now on the cutting table. Okay, so you can see I'm just trying to navigate that round bust line curve. So that's basically what I'm trying to do. In case you don't know how to couple a bustier, check my channel. Just type stylish Naija how to couple a bustier. You will see a perfect video where I made it. I really slow and detailed. So at this point, I'm just trying to check it to make sure that the thing is not packing. You know, when you're using crepe, you have some small issues with it. So you have to be careful, or else it will be drawing. So you can see, so I've placed it, I checked it, I think it is okay. Yes, I think I like what I have. I'm just trying to double check the cups, make sure that everything is okay. So I'll do the same thing. I'll sew the other side, front side now, sew it to this other side, just the same way I did this. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do right now, trying to like place the other side of the front piece. So because you know, you do the first one, check it, and then before you go and do the second side. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to show you guys how, just do it carefully, understand, stitch it carefully. So after everything, this is what I have. These are all of my pieces, my front piece, my back piece, my lining, everything is stitched together. So I've added the neckline, that neckline that I cut, I've added it on my pattern, and then I've ironed, that's on my fabric. So now what I want to do now, I want to use the front lining to turn the front piece. So if you notice the front lining, I did not open the neckline. Most times I usually don't do that. I'll use it to turn it on the machine. It is always easier that way. So after sewing everything, after turning the front and the front, back, you can see what I have. So you can see, so I'll keep that, and then I want to cut the skirt. So cutting the skirt, so please at this point, please subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please like the video. So what I'm doing now, I'm putting all of my lines. That first line I put now is my hip line. Okay, I'm just trying to double check my camera. So the first on the top where my hand is, my left hand is, that's my waistline, that point there, that's my waistline. So and then this, from that waistline, that's my hip line, which is 9 inches. And then the next line I have here is my knee line, which is about 17 or 18 inches, so it depends. And then that's the full length of my skirt. Okay, so I'm still trying to double check my camera to make sure it captures every part of the table. So now, what I want to do now, I want to mark exactly the measurement that I have on this waist here. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll mark it. I've measured it, but I'm going to add extra like 2 or 3 inches to it. Why? Because of my dart. So I'll divide that measurement as I mark it. I'll divide that measurement now into 4, and then I'm placing it. That's, I'll divide that measurement into 2 like that. Now I'm placing it. That's what I measured though. But if you don't want to do this one, use your normal waist measurement, divide by 4. Okay, so I'm placing it now. I'm just placing it. You know, my skirt is folded into 2. So my hip measurement, this is my hip measurement, and divide by 4. 40 divided by 4, that is, I have 10 inches. So I'm trying to curve it. I'm trying to curve it in. In case you don't understand at this point, you can ask, just drop your question on the comment section. I will attend to it. Okay, so I'll curve that. And then for the nail line, so I'm reducing my nail line. So I'll reduce my knee line, just place my knee line measurement. I'll measure my knee round, and then I'll place it at this point now. Divide the measurement. When you measure it round, divide it by 4, and then you place it. Or you can use your hip measurement, minus 2 inches from it. You can use it. For instance, if your hip is 40, you use 38 for your knees. Is okay that way also. Okay, so now at this point now I'm cutting out my skirt. So I'm working on the lining, so you can see what I'm trying to do. I placed it, if you notice, I placed it on my bust pan line. Do you understand? Because I want the dart, I want them to click. It's not that up that is going one side, skirt that is going one side. No. So I want them to be the same. So I use that exact point to mark my dart on the skirt. Okay. So now we want to start stitching. This is my fabric. I want you guys to watch what I'm doing. So at this point, I've torn my skirt with my lining. That's the front piece. So you can see I'm marking that dart point because it has to be the same. I've not added the dart on the skirt. So at this point now I'm placing it, making sure that they are the same. You understand? You don't want your dart to, one is on this side, one is on, it does not make look professional, to look like an amateur job. Okay, so you can see, so that's what I'm trying to do. You can see, to make sure that they correspond properly. So you can see that's why I'm checking the dart. You can see, so like I said, I've turned my front skirt with my lining and turned the back separately. So at that point I'll just stitch it and then I'll stitch everything together. So you can see I've joined all of my pieces together. I've joined the back and the front together. So it's that dart that is the issue. So after the dart, just join your skirt, use your measurement and join the skirt. So that part I actually skipped it, the video. I don't know what happened to it. So just couple it that way. The next thing I want to cut, I want to cut my sleeve. So if you notice that cap sleeve, just use your normal basic pencil sleeve. Just, you see what I'm doing, it's my name. Just cut it the way you cut your normal basic straight sleeve. Yes, you can see it's your normal pencil sleeve. That is at this point, that is what I'm cutting right now. I'm going to show you guys how to adapt it into that cape sleeve. It's a simple process, you hear? Yes. So you see, this is just your normal basic straight sleeve. Okay. Yes, so that is what I'm cutting here. So the next thing now, I want to adapt it now into that cape sleeve. So you can see the sleeve. I placed it now. I placed it here on my, on another fabric. So you can actually do it, like you can do it directly. I actually changed my mind. That's not the sleeve I wanted. I actually wanted a straight sleeve, but later I changed my mind. So you can see now I'm not doing that straight sleeve. Now I'm not turning it into that cape sleeve. You can see how I opened my hand. When I got to the down part, you can see. You see how I'm opening my hand. I came out with like 2 inches or so, just like slant it out. It will now look like a line at the down. You can see, you see the way it is looking. So that's it. That's just the difference between a pencil sleeve and that cape sleeve. You can see, you see how it is. So that down part, that's the part that will be different, but every other part is going to be the same. You understand? It's going to be the same measurement. You can see what it, how it is looking. I just came out and then that part is now looking like an A line. So like I said, this pencil sleeve was what I wanted initially, but I changed my mind. So you can see how the down is open. That's the top part. I sew it for this. Now you sew everywhere and turn it. You understand? And then for the sleeve, you are just going to stitch it a little bit. That's all before you fix it. So the next thing, we want to cut out our ruffles. So for the ruffles, actually this measurement I used later reduced it. Later trimmed it because since I did not fold it down of my organza, I was able to trim it. So I cut, initially I used about 12 inches. So I'll take this to my machine and then I'm going to ruffle it up. What I did, the 5 inches of organza, I just cut all of them into long shreds of that 12 inches. And then this one is the small one that will be on top. This one was about 8 inches or 5 inches thereabout. So I cut this small one. I cut out three long 5 inch 5 yards. I used the whole stretch of organza and then I'm going to gather them like that. Gather them on my machine. So this was the small one. So I'll show you guys how to do the gathers. For this, I did not use my gather footer because if I use my gather footer, it will gather it small. No, I wanted the gathers to be bigger. So I just pleated. Yes, this was not actually gather, it's pleat. Yes, you can see. I'm just using my hand as I'll just be pleating it like that. So that's how I did both the big one and the small one. So I'm just pleating them together like this, pleating them. You understand? So just pleat. So after pleating, I now took that small one and placed it on top of the big one. You understand? And then I'm stitching it down together. So like I said, the down one I actually trimmed it again. So at the end of the day, I maybe it will be like 10 inches or 8 inches thereabout, but I trimmed it. It was too long when I fixed it. So you can see this is how it is looking. You can see the up one is full. I made sure that I packed it very well so that the up one will be full. So now I'll show you guys how we are going to fix it. So you take the down part of your skirt like this. So this is the inside. That's the big side. You turn it, you understand? This is the bigger side, the longer side. You can see how I'm going to place it. I'll place it like this. Let it, let the small one be inside. That's the small one, the one on top. You can see. So you place it like this, and then you are going to stitch it down. Stitch it around the edge of the whole of your skirt. That's the down part. I came up my own, I came up with about 2 inches. So you can see at the end of the day, this is how it will look when you turn it, when you flip it. So that's how to fix it, okay? So at the end of the day, I didn't want the dress to be too plain, so I got one applique and just stitched. It was a fringe applique and just stitched it around the neckline. So you can see that down. Like I told you, I trimmed it. So this is the dress on my body. I trimmed them. I later reduced the ruffles since I did not hem it. So thank you